Could you hear us over the countdown?
No, it mutes everyone's microphone when you do it.
Welcome back to everyone to the second episode of the KEF FC Podcast. We are back. I'm your host, Sam Calamiris, joined again by James Johnson. Good evening, James. How are you going?
Good, how are you guys? We're also joined by Liam Hydaris and James Haradidis. There we go.
How you going, boys? How you going, boys?
Taking over the hoster's role, mate.
I'll step back.
No, that's fantastic. All right. As I said, back to the second episode of the podcast. James, Liam, other James, two Jameses tonight. Ready to go. We're just going to start with just some news about the last week or so. Contract negotiations, contract signings, no signings. We can confirm you might have seen over the week. Nick has re-signed to KEF, so Nick will be continuing on for the 2025 season. So congrats to Nick. However, Matthew Sagittals has yet to re-sign, and as of midnight tonight, he will be a free agent for KEF. So as it looks, boys, Saggy's going to be a free agent. I just want to get your thoughts on Saggy's not re-signing.
So, you, James, what do you have to say about it?
Look, I don't have much to say, it is what it is. Saggy was demanding, from what I heard, demanding some cutty terms on his contract. So, I don't know, it's still ongoing at the moment. Well, actually, no, it's a free agent now.
As of midnight, it will be.
As of midnight, so there's a few hours left, so we'll see how that plays out. I think his agent is working overtime, would you say?
You'd say so. I think from what I'm hearing and everything that I've heard, I think the deal's sort of done.
Is it?
I don't think it doesn't look like Saggy's going to be re-signing at the club, which is obviously really sad. One of my best mates, not only in football but in life, and this is the new era of KEF. We've become more of a professional sort of team, and with that comes these sort of decisions where friendships get put aside, and business and professionalism comes first. And I can understand where Panutos and obviously Big Steve Aposto is coming from. It's sad, but it is what it is. This is football. This is the new era of KEF, and I hope one day he comes back to KEF and we can play with him again. But for now, I think it is over.
Yeah, as of midnight tonight, Matthew Sagittals will be free agent for KEF. But on the other note, we've got Nicky's back. He'll be hacking people for another season. So let's look forward to with that. Speaking of what to look forward to this weekend, Liam, charity match up in Sydney. You're on Team Chrysos. What to look forward to this weekend? I'll be up there with you. George will be there too. So what are your plans? What are you looking forward to this weekend?
No, look, it's a great event to be a part of. I'm absolutely honoured. Thank you to Chrysos, all the boys organising that match to have invited me, and thank you to Panutos. Obviously, they reached out to KEF and asked for a player to play, and Panutos spoke to them and suggested I come down and play the match. So really, really grateful for this opportunity. Thank you to the, I think there's a lot of people working on that match over there. Obviously, my first time or any time any KEF players played at that match. Obviously, we went last year, Sam, when we saw the match, and it was a great turnout for a great cause. They do it for kids in Africa. School books, education, clothing, all that sort of stuff. So, it's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it, playing with celebrities such as Timo Matic, Anthony Lacasio, Joey Kay from the Aussie Football Podcast. It's going to be a great event. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we can get a goal or two to celebrate as well.
Yeah, that's right. James, you were there last year. We were in the crowd, Liam. James, you were there too. What are some of the highlights from last year and some of the things that people up there can look forward to this year?
I mean, we brought the atmosphere to the crowd over there. There was a lot of tension in the crowd. When obviously Olan Tekers played there, and he went down with an Achilles injury, and obviously Nick decided to abuse him. Wasn't the best. But look, it was a good atmosphere. It was a very family friendly. I thought a lot of kids there, so they're doing it for a good cause. The boys up there, so hopefully they raise a lot of money this year, and hopefully Team Young gets the win.
Also, can I just add something as well, Sam? They're doing a live stream for the match with commentators from the UBF podcast, football podcast. So I think Sam and the boys with the anyone on the KEF account will promote the match, so you can put the link on the story. Anyone who wants to watch and support and help donate some money to the charity, feel free to do so.
That's right. Big weekend ahead for Liam, especially with the charity match. And did have a message from Christos. If we could, might just take a minute to load that one up. But here's a message for the boys. We'll try to get that up in a moment. Obviously, Christos, you've known him for a while.
Yeah.
On the Through Us Global podcast.
Yeah.
Some of the things that we can look forward to with Christos.
Yeah, look, he's not only a good player on the pitch, he's a good lad. Comes from a great family, 4 brothers. They'll all be playing in the match. A good lad, got a lot of energy. He actually quoted the other week on the Through Us Global podcast that James Hadididis is his best friend. That's a quote as well. So James Hadididis is Christos' best friend.
How do you feel about that, James?
I've only met him a handful of times, but it's an honour to be one of his good friends after not having that much communication with him. Apart from that, he also said that John Blum is his cousin. So
that is correct. Yes, his accommodation in Melbourne, I believe, is John Blum's house. So anytime he comes down to Melbourne, Jono's got him hooked up with.
Looks forward to the South Sudanese food that John
To be fair, though, I feel like everyone with me that has some sort of ethnic background always goes, "Oh, I'm related to Jonathan Vlaams."
Yeah, it is true.
Everyone, no matter what state we go to traveling, they're always.
He seems to have a 21st every weekend, so he's obviously got a lot of connections.
I think he's at one now. That's why he couldn't join. That's fine. He was asked, but he said he had prior commitments. So hopefully get John on another week. So looking forward to KEF now for the upcoming season. We do have our first game coming up in a few weeks against BIS FC. We've got a confirmation of the time now as well, 5 p.m. KEF versus BIS FC at Monash Uni. James Haratidis, first 11-a-side game for KEF. What can we expect from KEF going into the next season at a bigger pitch on the 11-a-side?
I mean, obviously, Big Steve has been taking us through the pre-season this season, so we're obviously going to be a lot fitter, a lot stronger. So that's going to be very good for us. We're going to be a lot better drilled. Our structure's going to be a lot better. So honestly, I think we're going to do a number on this, hopefully. But going into the new season, I think we're very well prepared. Would you say, Lee?
Correct.
So Sam just has to leave us for a second. He's just got a call.
There you go.
Cool. Yeah. So with BIS FC, do we know anything about their team? Just as a coach's point of view, I just want to try and because I want to find out a bit more. So I want to make sure that we win. Do we have any tactics going into this game and anything like that?
Look, I do know one of the players. He's one of their best players. Apparently, the club has come about. They were established from a person that is similar to Nick.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. I don't want to be a bit too explicit, but that's how the club came about.
Is that the description?
They're a good bunch of kids. Actually, with BIS FC, I think actually we'll get to that later.
Me? I have something to say about BIS FC.
A potential deal.
Ooh.
Just one moment, boys. One moment. I just
I
have
think
a
we
bit
should
of
get to that later.
before we get into that. I just got off the phone with Sergio Panutsos.
Yep.
He's on his way. He's reckons there's a big announcement coming up. He has a big announcement. He's going to be in about 5 minutes.
Panutsos.
Panutsos is on his way. He just called me. He said, I'm on my way. I've got a massive announcement coming.
What, live on the podcast?
Live on the podcast. Panutsos is on it. I reckon he's beelining it here. But Panutsos will be here shortly. In 5 minutes, we're expecting Chris Panutsos. So, big developments potentially in the next few minutes. I can only speculate what it could be about.
Yeah, I can only wonder what he could do.
Liam, any ideas?
I've got no idea. Maybe about the Bis game. Maybe about what James just asked me now that I have no idea what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
I know he's been working behind the scenes with that one. I mean, obviously Steve has been pressuring him with a lot of things.
Yeah,
so
probably.
I know he's very stressed and under pressure. So I don't know. It could be about Shaggy's deal. It could be about that potential loan deal.
Oh, loan deal, yeah. I've heard about
I'm
rumours.
not gonna say the player yet. I think maybe Panutsos will get into that. I'm not too sure.
He's adamant. He's on his way. He sounded excited on the phone. He sounded frantic as well. So he must have been busy the last few hours. But Chris Panutsos will be here any moment now with a big announcement.
Wow.
To look forward to there. We talk about the Bis game, didn't we? I just missed the conversation about that.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit.
But yeah, again, Bis game 5 p.m. next Friday, Sunday, February the 2nd, KEF versus Bis FC. Did I miss something?
Can I actually make a comment on Bis FC? I just want to say with Bis FC is that we actually like the look of a player at Bis FC. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I know Panutsos and Steve and Sam, you and you as well, Johnston and Greg, we were all talking about a player. Yeah,
Is this the one player that you're thinking of?
This is the player. You're thinking of. This is the one that you really like, the techie player called Christian Karavetzis. A really good. James knows him as well. A really good player.
I thought we wanted to say his name.
Well, you know,
Too late.
Yeah, what's it called? Too late now. So no, he's a good player.
Is there a potential swap deal on the card?
That's what I'm hearing is what's it called? There's potential business. Some players coming in from this to KEF, and some players going out of KEF to this. We should get this guy on with Segudas, man. They'll be box office cinema.
Segudas is here, unfortunately. But during the week as well, Liam, talking about Big Steve, he's making his presence known this week.
Yeah.
Hasn't he? He's made his presence known in the group chat, especially.
Yep.
He demanded that we add him to the chat. I told you I was a bit hesitant. We were players chat.
Yeah.
But he was in there. He's demanding. He wants everyone's progress reports. One of them we've been really keeping an eye on. He's been on our backup goalkeeper, DJ Zumbi.
Yeah.
Just give us some thoughts on how his progress is going, Liam, as you've been keeping a close eye on it.
I'll say a few things. First of all, obviously Steve activated his Instagram this week, which apparently Jono helped him do because he didn't know how to do it.
His uncle.
Yeah, he's Jono's uncle, by the way, for those that don't know. No, yeah, he's been very strict. We'll start with me. He wants me to finish his program by the charity match, and I have to complete the 2-kilometer time trials before the charity match if I'm allowed to play. So yeah, hopefully I can get that done this week. I'm feeling confident, but we'll see what happens. And with Zumi, I know he's been really pushing Zumi hard, wanting Zumi to do, I think, two runs per day. Is that right, Sam? That's what Steve's been speaking to.
It depends on the day, I think.
Depends,
it's different programs per day.
Yeah, one to two a day, but yeah, really locking in. And Zumi, we were with him the other day, and he ran 1K in 6 minutes something, and a lot of improvement from his last time. So
yeah, really good to see. A lot of improvement from the boys overall coming into the new season. We've seen a lot. We did that one right at the start, Liam, and the times from that first run to today, as it looks like CEO Panutsos has arrived, and he's barging in. Panutsos, welcome to the podcast, mate.
Why are you sweating?
Gentlemen, how are you? So I've just been running a half marathon to get you.
Panutsos, I just got off the phone with you. You were adamant we have a big announcement coming up here on the podcast. Tell us, what is happening?
So, as you may know, there's been a bit of controversy around the current transfer period. Now, as we know tonight, any player that hasn't re-signed will enter free agency. And so I've got some big development from that front. As we know, our star player, Saggy, is yet to renew his contract. I can confirm that KEF FC has reached a formal agreement to extend this contract for a further year with an option to extend.
That is absolutely brilliant news.
Guys,
Massive.
I spoke to Sergey earlier today, and he told me it's finished. What sort of got that over the line, or can you not reveal that at this?
I think we can all establish just one key figure in the club right now that's really turned things around.
Yep.
I think we all know who that is. It's Big Steve.
Yeah.
He's given Saggy his plan for the next upcoming few years, and Saggy's on board. He's happy. He's satisfied. He's looking forward to it.
Were you in the room when Steve and Saggy had the conversation?
I wasn't in the room, but I was on the phone in the background, and
How was the tension? Could you feel the tension over the phone between Matt? Because they left things on hard terms when Matt was on the podcast last week.
so I sort of negotiated as like a bit of a peace deal between them, and they spoke, they talked, their aims, they both want to win trophies, so they sort of connected and bonded over that, and Saggy's on board with Big Steve now, and
Do you know what the terms of the contract were, or you're not too sure?
I'm not too sure about that at the moment.
So I know something that could have gone the deal over the line, but yeah, I think we all know what it is.
What are you insinuating here?
No.
It's like cutty tips.
I'll just say it's not money,
Oh,
it's something else. No, we won't go into that.
what are you on about, man?
How does the CEO not know about this sort of clause in the contract?
What are you on about? Am I being marooned here? Yeah.
He's doing an inside job.
Is there an inside job from you here? Are you...
Look, you have to speak to Big Steve about that. Right?
Were you with Big Steve just now, Panutos?
Oh yeah, I was just with him now.
And was Saggy there as well in the?
Yeah, this is after the deal. After a slight agreement came to place, but we all formally finalised it.
And it's all he's put
So-
pen to paper.
Pen to
So we
paper,
can
done.
confirm here live on the podcast.
We can confirm.
Matthew Sagidelis is still remaining a KEF player.
He is for the next year confirmed, and if he wants to extend, and if the club wants him to extend, he can for a further season.
So Matthew Sagidelis will be playing for KEF in 2025 with an option to extend to 2026 is what we're understanding here tonight.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Can I ask you a question? Actually, we brought this up a bit before. What are you laughing at, mate?
I don't know, man. It's curious. Anything from your mouth is better than great area.
All right, well, talking about some potential deals. Obviously, you've covered Saggy's re-signing. Now, there was a bit of speculation about a loan deal of one of our players to BIS FC. Do you know who that player is? Has Big Steve spoken to you about it? I know he's been cracking down on you.
Me, Big Steve, and the board have had discussions about this, and
Can you reveal who that player is?
nah, I cannot reveal this time. There's nothing confirmed yet, so.
How do you know about this loan deal though?
I was on a phone call with Big Steve, Liam, and this certain player.
So wait, why are you asking Panutos to reveal?
So
that
I
deal?
think it'll be a bit more professional if it comes from the CEO.
Oh, like to the fans and everything. So
Yeah.
they sort of know what's
Do you want me to say who the player is?
Once there's an agreement in place, then we can.
I don't think we should be starting rumors about our own club here on the podcast.
No.
I reckon you say who the player is.
What do you reckon?
We can announce who the player is, but I can't really elaborate on
Who it is?
So that you're telling me there's a loan deal
I
going
can't
ahead.
elaborate on the terms of the deal.
So you're telling
obviously
me you've
nothing
agreed
is
to a loan deal
confirmed.
to a player?
It's just rumours. Nothing's been agreed to as of yet.
So CEO starting a rumor?
It's just rumours.
So can I reveal the player or not?
Okay.
The player that could potentially go on a loan deal to BIS FC is DJ Zumi.
Oh
Now, it's from Big Steve, isn't it? Like, he's cracking down on you. He's cracking down on that fitness program.
Yeah.
Obviously, DJ Zumi's had a modified program, from what I know. Which I don't know. Like, how's he tracking with it? Because you've been getting up.
Yeah, I've been doing a few runs with him. I'm really impressed with his progress at the moment. But obviously, as Zumi understands and everyone at the club, we've all been working hard, sort of doing the podcast, doing the runs. and there's no exceptions for any player. If you're not going to meet those time trials, you're not playing. Zuni, I think, is well aware of that, and everyone's well aware of that. So, yeah.
Can I just add something here that I find quite interesting? So, as you know, when we announced the match against Biz FC, the comment section got a bit heated,
Okay.
especially from me. And first of all, I want to apologise to the boys at Peace because look, it got a bit out of hand. You know, it's a bit of a friendly match, so I don't want to incite any violence. Especially.
Welcome to Greek clubs.
Yeah, you know, it was a.
Mate, we're gonna get him doing an
Would you say you're right?
I received some DMs.
Video, whatever. The Falcon put the.
I received some DMs from their half that sort of, you know, they angered me a little bit because, you know, they were just
Are you planning this week? No, not.
They
this
sent you
week.
there.
Are you planning to
disrespecting
put
the club.
this out of business the next time we play them?
Look, as I stated,
Business.
and look, I will not retract this statement either. When they play us, they're going to find out. They're going to be, I did say they're going to be eradicated from existence, but
Is Nick starting that game by any chance?
I believe.
Is he? Are you
Look, I don't know.
the
I've
manager to play?
Just say your money.
But look, I've had words.
I've heard that Big Steve's not happy with me because he hasn't been doing any runs. Apparently.
How did Nick get a new contract?
Yeah, like
Reserve player.
Well, we just need some extra squad depth. I'm not saying that's the only reason.
Is
we
it because he's a
re-signed him.
reserve player? Is that sort of what happened?
He's a
Is it because
reserve
it might be
player.
alright if he doesn't resign?
He's also a bit of a marquee player. Let's be fair. He's a fan
Brings the
favourite.
fans in.
Well,
there.
how much
brings
money
the
is he on?
Can't reveal it.
I can't reveal it at the moment.
I think he's on 3 HSPs a week.
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
if he
couple of
performs,
sizes as well.
performs well and gets maybe a red card, he gets an extra HSP.
I don't think
What?
that's
A red car's a bonus.
I heard he had a 2,000 calorie frozen yogurt yesterday.
Oh, did he now?
$30.
Well,
You've got to take it up with the fitness coach, Big Steve.
We'll allow that.
2,000 calorie yogurt.
That's a bit of a.
Why are you trying to get him in trouble in front of?
No, I mean, Big Steve needs to know.
Forget about Big Steve. The manager's sitting right here.
Big Steve
And
does
the
have
manager.
more authority, to be fair.
What? Okay.
No,
You say you're Panutsos. What is Steve's title at this club?
I believe he's just like the fitness coach. Is he not?
So the fitness coach has more authority over the manager.
Well, look, realistically,
More
his
than
job is
the
to
CEO.
advise the manager. He provides the program for the players.
So you're saying KEF the fitness
I
manager?
got told he was head of board.
I got told he was the club
I
advisor.
also got told as a club advisor.
I got told as the
Look,
owner.
I'm being told different
I think
things.
we need
What do you
to.
mean?
You're the one who hired him. What is he,
I
mate?
hired him as a fitness coach. I don't know why you're all
Okay, that's-
lying.
Then how can we send Nick Zumi out on loan?
Honestly, I've just got to have a big chat with the board now because you
Yeah.
guys are all like,
You're telling me I could lose
Oh,
my
I'm
backup
to lose
keeper
trust in you
to my
guys.
fitness instructor at the club.
His job is to advise you, and then you, being the adult male that you are,
That makes sense.
make your own choice.
Is he the reason one of
Based
our
upon the
backroom
advice.
staff got kicked out this week?
Look, this is an internal issue.
That is an agenda on this podcast, by the way. We'll speak about that a bit later.
Yeah, we'll,
Yeah, we'll come on to that.
Yeah,
As,
well,
as the CEO's, I can opinion that. You know.
I'm not going
We're
to give an
gonna
opinion
dive
here
into the
because
KEF politics.
my job here is to keep a pretty non-biased view.
Is that backroom staff member in the podcast at the moment? Or?
I can check. I don't know.
Do we have any comments coming in the
No,
podcast since it's live? Or?
No.
We do have a few coming in.
Do you have any viewers?
Actually, yes, we do.
Like Nick says.
Put them on the screen. Put them on the screen. Like, I think you.
No, there's nothing crazy going on. It's just people are G'ing up people.
Nick's very happy that James is on his podcast now.
That's it.
Nick.
Yeah. So as we go back to our major development, major story over the podcast, we'll come back to that. Well, you know, but Matthew Dells is a KEF player for 2025. Any other more comments to add, Kunutos, before you head off, or any other announcements that we can expect?
There's a few things.
Why are you looking at me?
There's a few things that I can't announce quite yet, but
Like what?
there's been a few things that have been going on.
Have we signed any players?
behind the scenes.
Other than Saggy.
Like any new signings?
There are. I can confirm there are 2 further
I heard
signings.
there were 4.
2 that are confirmed. 2 more that are in talks.
God, that's weird.
I just want to say, like,
There's a
I
good
think-
re-sign
I
last
think
week.
did.
when I re-signed Zagudas like last week, that was like a big pivotal point in this club's history. You know?
Was that? Would you say like that was one of the reasons Saggy resigned?
I think so. He just loved everyone at the club, Zagudas, man. Like, You know, there's not one person that I don't think has had any problems with him. You know,
He's the man of the
the
moment.
man at the moment.
People, the man of the moment has arrived. Matthew Sajidal's welcome. Congratulations on re-signing to KEF FC, mate. Wait, I just
I'm coming on this podcast
We've
to do other things.
What do you mean?
Barring anything that Cap has said, I have not re-signed. I have not agreed to any terms. And I will not be signing anytime soon. We are not friends. I don't care.
Confirmed that
no,
you re-signed.
the CEO knows nothing. He thought the club advisor was a fitness coach. Are we serious right now? The CEO has no idea.
What is
We need a
happening?
new CEO. That's for one. We need a new CEO.
I think that's the Buddhist man.
And we just need a whole club reshake.
Who do you propose to replace me?
I don't care. Just not you, basically.
Who do you
So
propose?
why did you resign then?
Would you
I
take
haven't
his
resigned. There's been no pen put to paper.
As we can see, he's a,
I heard
he's
there
a
was
man
some.
that's
I
not
heard
a
there was
man
some terms that some unique terms on. the
Yes,
contract.
they have not been agreed yet.
Do you want more of those terms?
Yes.
Elaborate. What do you want?
I will not be
Wait,
talking
let's
about
get
it on
this
the
right.
podcast
Can
or
we
what I
just-
want.
Can we? Wait,
Why is the camera on me?
Terms.
Why is the camera on me? It's crazy. Like, they don't
I have
want
a-
that camera
I have-
trying to silence me.
I have a
They
question.
are. Like, they
I
don't
have a question.
understand. I haven't
Matthew.
signed any contract yet.
I have a question. Why has Panutos come on saying that he put pen to paper when this hasn't happened?
Why are you here?
Because he's a fraud.
Is he
He's
trying
not
to
an actual
like,
CEO.
Is he trying to get the fans to believe that we've signed you? And what's it called? So that you're under
Probably, yeah.
pressure.
Honestly.
Morale.
He probably thinks that I need to resign when I don't.
So as of now, so you have not
I
signed
am
a
not a
contract.
KEF FC player, nor will I be in the future.
Nor will you be in the future,
Until
unless we give you
certain
a
terms get met.
Didn't James
So-
make those terms?
So,
last week?
and that caused me to leave because I'm not a KEF member, so I'll not be on the KEF podcast.
Yeah, that's a massive.
Hello, one player bigger than the club, mate.
Alrighty.
What's happening, man? What? Can you explain what just happened?
I'm a bit speechless here, as you can see.
So why did you tell us he put pen
Well,
to
the
paper?
thing is, I was there, and
Or did you leave right before he put the pen to paper?
he had the pen in his hand.
Ah.
So when I left, unless
Did he agree to the terms?
he seemed pretty happy, unless Big Steve backflipped, which I mean, look, he's a pretty volatile man.
Who? Big Steve.
Big Steve.
I reckon what happened was Big Steve started telling him about the fitness program and said,
Yeah, look, I think that could have been an issue for Shaggy, maybe. You know, a bit of a commitment problem, but yeah, man, I don't know. That's a bit of a shocker to me. I was under the impression
You
that
like the energy really been taken out of the room here.
we're all sad, man. I was
No,
excited.
to be honest, I'm quite happy with it.
I was very excited.
to be honest, if he's gonna act like that, it's a bit of a disgrace.
Because I'm actually quite happy with that. I hope he goes. I hope he retires. He does not deserve to play for any football club. He has the worst attitude at KEF. He's sucked the
So
morale
would you
out of
say?
the club.
Did you say this is like a happy day? We should be happy about this.
No, we should
Would you
definitely
say
be happy.
Panutos trying to sign him was wrong?
What was that again?
Would you say Panutos trying to re-sign him was just a mistake?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, look what he's just done.
I don't know.
Look what he's just done. That is
No,
very
I don't
disrespectful.
think this.
That is very disrespectful to you,
I agree.
to KEF, and to Big Steve.
You know,
I wonder what Big Steve.
I don't think there's room in the club for somebody.
especially
like
with the new signings as well.
the new
There's not
signings.
room in the club for that big of an ego.
And honestly,
at this
one of these
club.
new
We-
signings is in his position, and
Oh.
they do bring some quality to the team and a bit of a work ethic that is unmatched.
And I've heard he's got a better resume than Saki as well.
I mean, if
Can
you look
you
on
go-
paper, yeah, that is
on
correct.
paper.
Oh, this is really tough, you know.
This is.
I think it just shows Shaggy
I'm
he's
lost
not
for
up the
words.
challenge.
I'm lost for words at the developments of the last 10 minutes. I don't know what to say. Like I don't know what to believe right now. I think we might need to get Big Steve on. Liam, do you reckon we can contact him by any chance?
Oh.
Do you reckon Big Steve can get on? I'll try to get a hold of him here.
Try and get Big Steve in the comment section.
I'll try to see if Steve's on. But from what we understand, Chris Panutos, the club CEO, has confirmed the re-signing of Matthew Sajidales. However, Matthew Sajidales has come in and said he hasn't re-signed. So, look, we're as just confused as everyone else here. The CEO's confused. This is not a position we want to be in right now. I don't know what to think. Len, what do you think?
I got no. I was in shock. I was excited. One of my good mates re-signing at the club, and then he comes on and says that, and a bit disappointing in Panutos, to be honest.
I reckon. You go right now. Find Saggy. Have a word with him.
I'm gonna have a word with you, all right? I think. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Panutos, man.
I'm sorry that's just happened.
That's why. You know what? It's a lesson for next time you re-sign a player. You never leave until the pen's on the paper. The pen could be in the hand, but until the signature's on the paper.
I saw it on the paper. I'm a busy man. I've been dealing with re-signings all week. You've got to cut me some slack here.
Fair enough.
It's not my fault that
To be fair, though, I don't know if Saggy can actually write his name. So
that is true. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck, lads, and we'll be in touch.
This is just turmoil and chaos here this evening on the podcast.
that has genuinely dropped my mood completely. I'm lost for words. When he was dropping those bombs, sitting right next to me, I was genuinely speechless. I don't know about you guys, but thank you for.
I'm trying to get confirmation
CEO
here.
and everything.
I'm trying to get confirmation here. I'm trying to get through to Steve, but it seems like no
Something's happened.
confirmation.
Something must have happened. I don't know what's going on, but something's definitely
I
happened.
can't get any confirmation. But for the time being, we do have another guest here today. He has officially re-signed, and he'll be in here just a minute. Nick Sanaxidis is here for the podcast, and what we understand, Liam, has officially re-signed to the ticket. But at this point, I don't know what to think. We'll get confirmation from Nick in just a moment, but from what we understand, Nick is a KEF player for 2025. And he comes.
Here he is. He's our new signing.
Who are you waving to, mate? No one's in there.
Mate, the cameras are here. This guy's waving at the wall. Oh.
Right, yeah,
He's almost fallen over on his entrance in as well.
Take a
Cool,
seat.
how are you, man?
Take a seat. Can we confirm? Have you re-signed to KEF?
Can confirm I've signed a 2 deal with
Microphone.
He's confirmed. That's fantastic.
I can confirm I've signed a deal with KEF, a 1-year deal with a 1-year
You just
option
said 2 years.
afterwards. Alright.
Clarify.
And I have some tough clauses in there too. So I've got to score 5 goals a game to get
Mate,
the
get on.
contract. Yeah. So I've got some big clauses in there. Goal a game, obviously.
Claws.
5 tackles a game as well, and a minimum of a yellow card. So it's good hard football.
That one won't be a problem.
Honestly, it's going to be a good year, I think.
Nick, last season, 9 games I believe Nick played total. Was that correct, Nick?
Yeah, about right.
9 games, 5 red cards. That's going over 1 every other game. Do you reckon you can improve on that stat for the upcoming season? And what I mean improve, I mean get more red cards.
Well, if you think about it, logically, more red cards is more recovery time. So if I'm on the field less, I'm recovering more.
That's
so
a
it's
really
actually a
Don't you
good
think that's
tactic as
putting your team at a
well.
disadvantage, though?
Yeah, but if I'm fit for the next game, then that's
Yeah, but you won't be playing the next game. You should get a red card.
exactly that's extra fitness. So if I'm
Can I-
really fit for the next few games, I'll be a weapon on the field.
Can I ask you a
Wait,
question?
Liam, before you continue, we've got Big Steve is here on
He's
the,
on.
on the live show. Why he's here, get what's going on. Big Steve has no idea what's happening here either. This is getting absolutely out of hand.
So, can I just
Big
ask?
Steve,
can I-
if you're,
Sorry. You finish.
I'm just trying to get a comment from Big Steve here. Has Saggy re-signed or not? Has he re-signed or not? As we wait for Steve, Liam, what were you saying to me?
Yeah, I want to ask Nick that next year, obviously, well, this year you're going to be playing for KEF again. Is there any specific people you'd like to see in the crowd to give you some extra motivation? Specifically, maybe someone starting with the letter D.
Yeah, obviously
And
Dean.
ending
Obviously-
with Ara.
obviously Dean's been a great influence this team.
No.
But-
Starting with D and ending in Ara, not D.
Dara.
There's something in between all that.
I know you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
But Dean's been a great addition to the team. He's been away for a few weeks now, so he might be back soon.
Oh, no, I bet there's a rumor going around about that.
Oh,
I don't
Dean's
think it's a
gone.
rumor. I think it was confirmed.
Yeah, I've heard that he was the backroom staff member that was sacked.
Oh, Dean's gone, is he?
Yeah.
That's all.
Is the
I
club
know.
hiding it up? He's on an overseas holiday. Is that what's
Is that what's happening?
Is that
I
what's
thought he
happening?
was.
I think we should come out with it. Like,
Yeah, I think it's honestly.
like,
I think it's time as well.
so what happened was Dean disrespected Big Steve. Big Steve, you know, he doesn't take any.
Can't be
shit.
doing that. at all.
He doesn't
It's
take
not-
any shit.
It's not okay these days.
So I think Jono found out. He told Big Steve, and
Wasn't Big Steve in that chat at that point? I think as well. So he's seen.
oh
it
no,
really
he
well.
might have been. Yeah. So basically, Big Steve said, "Get out. Like you're not part of the club anymore." I know Dean has apologised since.
Oh, well, that's what I've heard.
But to be
I
fair,
don't
when
know.
you insult a club legend, you know,
Who did he
an
insult?
apology
me?
isn't enough.
Who did he insult?
Big Steve.
Oh, did he
The
insult
club
anyone else?
legend. I think he had a shot at James as well for his hairline, but that's fine, honestly. If it looks good to me, I see no
Go
blemishes.
close to the camera. Go close to the camera.
No,
That's good. That's good.
That is perfect to me.
That's good. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Look, maybe Dean's going a bit bold, but I can't comment on that any further.
What?
What?
Look, I want to say something about Dean. It's really unfortunate that it's ended like this with Dino. Such a good bloke, such a legend at the club. It was at every game at the Summer Eights competition. Fantastic bloke, and that just shows that in this day and age you've got to be careful what you say. And he obviously rolled Stevie up the wrong way, and that's Steve's decision, and obviously Panutos to make, and they've made that decision that they believe that it's time to sack him or relieve him of his duties as the commentator and the host of the podcast. So yeah, look, obviously that sort of stuff happens. No, you look really sexy. How do you do this? But anyways, stop. Yeah, and obviously that sort of happens, and it's sad, but that's football, man. You gotta put professionalism over friendship, as I was saying before. James, what do you think about it? He's obviously one of you're big about the fans.
Look, I've tried to stay quiet on this subject.
Yeah, I know you have. That's why I'm asking you.
Look, I'm actually standing with Dean.
Oh.
I think there's actually.
So you're going against Steve.
I'm going against Steve. There's actually freedom of speech, and I'm actually quite old school, and I believe in fighting for justice. And I reckon Dean hasn't had his chance to fight for his own stance in the club. I reckon we need to just see a good one-on-one between Steve.
A one-on-one
and Dean.
scrap, schoolyard scrap.
Schoolyard scrap. I reckon that will honestly determine who stays at the club and who leaves.
I beat Nicky one of those last week, just so you know.
You beat Nick in one of
I beat
them.
one of those last week.
What was it over?
Mum said otherwise, but that's okay.
What does that even mean? Elaborate.
No, don't elaborate, please, man. For your own sake and for my own sake, don't say any more about that.
So,
No, so that's where I stand on it. That's where I stand on it, and I'm happy to face Steve on that any day.
Sam, captain.
Forget about that right now. It's like Gudis is here. Welcome's like Gudis.
Is he calling in?
There he is. He says hello. Hi, George. Everyone say hi, George.
Hi, George.
Anyway, sorry.
Hey,
what were you
George.
saying?
What is your opinion on the Dean matter as the captain?
Yeah, look. As I want the leaders at the club.
Yeah.
You don't want, disrespect at these levels. Especially if there's vacancies to senior members, especially if you haven't earned that, that right. Someone who's fairly new. So, I just got to stand by Steve, stand by the leaders at the club, and you've got to back the decisions at the end of the day. Just on James Adatitis, just want you to read this comment. Just see what you think about that.
Shut up, Adititis.
That sounds like beautiful.
Just an update, boys. we got Stevie's back. He's given us an answer. He goes, I thought the SAG deal was able to be completed, so someone will be having words to them from me. I wonder who's let this go through.
Yeah, I think Jono was at a stern with Sagi. Heard is a really big MMA fighter, so he'll use his
I thought it was a boxer.
box. Same thing these
Everything,
days.
mate,
They
everything.
just punch people.
No, he gets punched.
John, I couldn't find him.
No, look,
Look, I'm confident that Jono can work.
I'm
with
still
Sagi and-
completely confused, lads. I don't know what's going on. And, you know, this is not a good position right now because we've got the CEO and the club advisor thinking that a player's re-signed. He's come in. He wasn't invited on the podcast this evening. He's barged in. He's demanded a microphone. And he claims he hasn't re-signed yet. And we need answers here. There is no clear answers. As of right now, though, Liam and Hadakidis, and actually all of us have been here since the start, I reckon this sort of behaviour just doesn't stand with KEF. And if you say he doesn't re-sign, I'm all for it at this point. I've had enough.
I don't want to talk because he's one of my good mates. So
I
I'm
must
not gonna
say, he was great this season. So to see him go is really sad. I mean, he scored some great goals.
No, I'm happy to see him go, to be honest. So.
Like, no player's bigger than the club. So.
I know someone else is going to be really happy to see him.
Steve, no.
uh,
One more comment from Steve. He's made here. He's happy. He sticks by the decision that he's made with Dean,
okay.
and he claims that anyone who disagrees can leave as well.
Johnston, mate.
That was the comment Steve made.
To be fair,
Look,
Big Steve does have a lot of mutual respect for Johnston, so I think you'll be alright on that one.
I feel like that doesn't include Johnston.
But at the moment, me and Steve are actually clashing heads at the moment about who we're signing and going forward. We're clashing KEFs. Yeah, we're clashing KEFs at the moment. So, look, I'm not surprised for Steve to jump on the bandwagon and be a dick. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
What are you doing, Nick?
Nick, what are you doing, man?
Nick.
yourself.
That's unacceptable.
He comes up and there's all
You've
sorts
been
of
caught
touching
4K by 3 different cameras, alright? So just calm down.
Mate, the stream is so low quality, I can't even see who I'm talking to.
Mate, how about you fucking don't speak into the microphone like that? Speak it normally, man.
Yep.
No, absolutely turmoil at the club this evening.
Okay, Nick.
I think we've got to thank Nick at this point. Thanks for joining us, Nick. You've
See
caused
you later.
absolute.
I'm not leaving, no.
Well, you are.
You're going,
I
you're going.
played you out, so.
We
thank
only
Nick.
have room on this couch for 4 people at some stage.
Nick, the manager's telling you to leave, so I think
Well,
you leave.
Well, I've got a termination clause in my contract, so I might exercise that now. I'm gonna.
Nick,
leave
just
KEF.
get
I'm gonna
out,
leave KEF now.
Just get off, mate.
Where are you going to go? Biz FC?
No, I'm going to
Just get off, mate.
Nando's.
Just go.
Thank you, Nick. We really appreciate your time, man.
See you in 2025, mate.
See you on the transfer market, mate.
What is going on?
Get out. We're kicked out of the podcast.
We have a
Get out.
surprise. We have a surprise here. John Vlamis, mate, your uncle and
James Hadakidis has been left absolutely stranded.
No,
Your
it's right here
uncle-
for you, man.
and your mate
Right
are
here.
clashing. Your best, like on your best
Stop,
mates.
stop,
What's happening,
stop.
Tyler? Do you know anything that we don't know?
I actually come on making an announcement. Just had word from my Uncle Steve recently. He's very unhappy with one specific player at the club. I've come on here to publicly name and shame this player because I think it's lazy, I think it's disgusting, and I think it's rude. Like, it's straight up, it's just rude. You know, and I don't do that against my uncle, but I tolerate that. That player is James Hadakidis.
Can I ask what's happened here? What's Steve not happy about?
He said he's had been looking at, tracking your running, and he said, you've been faking the runs. So, yeah.
Well, maybe fucking Nick Steve needs to go for a run. Have you said he's
Mate, he has
Stand by that.
He has a.
Look, if he thinks I'm faking the runs, mate,
Yeah.
he can have a look at my Nike runner. This is what we're using, please.
Hey, mate, I showed him my photo.
I've-
There is no way that guy has ever run his life. That's his words, word for word. That is what he said to me.
Oh,
So
that's
don't come and sit here talking about your Nike app because you fake
We all know that you fake it.
Is he just like connected to like a
Yeah.
dog or something? Makes
Wait.
you run around.
And he does. He puts it in
Well,
his
you know
car
what?
and
Next-
drives.
This weekend, Steve can come over here. We can do a running session
Are you
together.
saying you want to do the time trial this
No,
week?
I will do the time trial with Steve. See if Steve
This
walks the
week.
talk.
Can you confirm
If
this
Steve,
week?
Steve's made
This Friday, can you
No,
confirm?
this Saturday.
This Friday, this Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday, can you confirm you're going to compete in the
I'll be
time
here.
trial?
I'll be here. Time trial.
And if you fail,
If I fail, I'll be out.
you're out of KEF
Yeah.
forever.
Done.
You can't come back.
Done.
It's your one chance. There's no.
But Steve has to do it too.
Why fucking Steve do it?
Because he's
Mate.
a fucking club fit.
Yeah,
should
Steve
leave
playing
by-
next
no,
season.
no, no.
Steve playing next season.
Wait,
Steve should lead by example.
Can I just
And he
ask,
should
how
do
much
the
he's-
time
he's
trial.
made
how much
this
does
program.
Steve weigh? What's his actual weight? How much does he weigh?
Out of respect.
Out of respect.
I think it doesn't undisclosed number because
Is it? Oh, alright. I want
I'd say
over
it's
under
over
under
265.
140.
it's like a number I think.
Over
hopefully is
under
gonna be
140.
countable. That's how-
Over under 140.
Over.
How old is Steve? Just for everyone.
37.
And he looks like that at 37.
No, he's 63. 63.
Okay.
And he's kidless.
No, yeah, yes, kids.
I heard. Isn't his kid a young keeper, like up and coming goalkeeper?
Keeper.
14 though, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
young.
mates with Mark, isn't he?
Wait.
I think he is friends with Mark.
What's happening with Mark?
Fuck, Mark.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Well, he's still under contract, so you shouldn't be saying that.
Nah.
What, he's gone? He
No,
terminated.
If I had the power by myself, there would be termination.
Mate, it's for
players
play.
that I, you know.
You have no power at this club, mate. Everyone just overdoes you.
Look,
You don't do anything. You don't do anything. Don't do a fucking time trial, mate.
I will do a time trial
John,
against
are
you.
you-
Saturday,
Against you.
I would destroy you.
Jono,
I reckon I can beat John.
are you playing next
I
season?
reckon-
Jono's so
I
good
sma-
that
I
he runs
smash-
over cliffs.
I've been running, bro.
No,
I've
you
been
run uphill,
I've
mate.
been
Run
doing
uphill,
big
mate.
Steve time trials until I was 3.5 years old. Don't you gonna tell me that I can't do it? I've been doing that for
What was your
3.5.
2K time at 3.5?
Miss. 55. I was good and it was all uphill. All uphill. Dan says everything.
Why are you here then?
What do you mean,
Would you
why
like
am
a
I here?
child prodigy athlete?
Yeah, I am.
How come you're
I'm going
not
back
a
to
first
Greece
team
in
player?
July.
How come you're not a first team player then?
Because I'm such a shit sport. Running's way better.
What?
You know, why does this guy have the longest contract at the club?
Well, he's because
I
his
am
uncle.
the club. The club is nothing.
His uncle.
Just re-signed him. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I don't even think.
Mate, I got a 1-year contract extension. This guy got an 8-year contract.
Panuzos, I heard,
Yeah.
wasn't even involved in those discussions.
I want a renewal soon.
When you what, mate?
Extension.
What, to 2056?
Yeah, I want an
And a
extension.
pay decrease.
Pay increase.
Are you on the same sort of like bonuses that Saggy's as well?
I want my ass with the bonuses that he gets.
Okay.
That's nothing, mate.
Bonus.
Excuse me, I'm getting that. Yeah.
Wait, John, you're the highest paid at the club.
I think, yeah.
How's that happened? How
He's
is
not- he's not
Times
even
have
a
you
first
stepped
team
foot on
player.
the pitch yet?
I actually have
No, how many times?
more than you, mate.
Oh.
That's fair.
He's
I'm
the
the
manager,
coach.
mate.
Yeah, so.
I hope. Does Zagudas have a comment? I want to hear from Zagudas if he has a comment.
I reckon we invite
Can he
Zagudas
join
on.
the call?
I reckon we invite him on.
Yeah, surely.
Can you do that?
This is good.
I think you need to send a link like how you did to us to get the camera set up.
Zagudas, let us know if you can join us. Potentially got Zagudas on the call. But Jono, we just want final word as well. We just want a confirmation. You've spoken to your uncle. Have you spoken to Saggy?
I have.
Is he a KEF player, yes or no?
As the once great Jose Mourinho said, if I speak, I'm in trouble.
Why?
There's no further comments on the situation. I'm going to leave that with Mark or Sadie and you boys figure it out. Thank you.
So Jono has no idea, is what I got out of this.
John never has an idea.
Yeah.
Useless.
I'm not understanding how people are just barging into the podcast tonight. This is becoming.
You know what? I'm very tempted to start locking the door.
Yeah, I reckon that's.
How do they find the room? I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Look, we are at KEF headquarters, so
True.
Yeah, we are at KEF headquarters. What are
facility?
things that happen at KEF headquarters? The training facility, that's right.
yeah, we're at the training facility, but no fucking Steve is here to train. Never see him at the training facility. So where is this fat bastard?
don't think it's a good as joining us.
Jono's got me all riled up now.
James, Jonas has a comment on the last, just the developments of tonight. Anything to say? Because I don't really know where we go from here. Was this saggy?
Tonight has actually been an absolute blur. Just run me through some of the things that have happened, because I can't even remember. Whatever happened after when Saggy dropped the bomb, I've been in absolute daze. So,
Well, basically, James, Panuzzo's barged in. He called me and he goes, "I'm making an announcement." The announcement was that Saggy had resigned. Turns out Saggy hasn't resigned. He came in 10 minutes later, having a go at everyone. Having a go at the club, having a go at Steve, having a go at the players, saying how he hasn't re-signed. Then, for some reason, Nick comes in and just, I don't know what Nick was saying. Nick just said whatever he said.
no one ever knows what Nick is saying.
And then Jono's come in, and Jono's just come in and caused chaos. He's had a go at Hadithis for some reason, base fitness levels, and we still have no clearer on the SAG situation.
Look, I'll just say this. For the CEO to come in and spread lies like that, and for Saggy to drop bombs, it's an absolute disgrace. For one, the CEO to not know what's going on in his own club, and two, for Saggy to come in, barge in, and be an absolute, not just a disgrace to our club because he's apparently not here anymore. He's a disgrace to himself to come here and barge in and be that absurd with his his demands, and two, his statements. And look, I'm absolutely speechless at this point, and I'm just happy that you two are here. If we keep you two around, that's all that matters. Kev has got a head, so that's all that matters. Head.
I just wanted to say,
Kev is good.
just for those who doubt Kev's integrity, we're an open club. Freedom of speech is massive at KEF. I don't think you see it at any other clubs than managers abusing the CEOs in their interviews or podcasts.
And the players. I abuse the players on the
But the
pitch.
players-
Anyone that comes to games, they know if you are a shit and you're playing shit, you'll fucking find out who's playing like shit.
Yeah,
I'll let you know that.
that's all I had to say.
Also, to Big Steve.
I also had to say that I really enjoyed sitting next to Honey in this podcast, and I hope it goes for longer so I can continue to sit next to him.
All right, we haven't really got around to this point yet, but there's just been so much going on this podcast. We haven't got around to mentioning how we have a store at KEF these days. KEF store, KEF FC store on AKU. Get your kits, home kit, away kit, keeper kit, jersey bundles, all these accessories, these other clothing. Fantastic to see. It keeps growing by the day.
Is there like
There's whatever size you want.
quadruple XL for Hadithis?
It's whatever size you want. If you don't do your fitness,
Oh, shit.
He just went back.
if you don't do runs, we still have sizes.
But you know what the funny thing is? There's no size for Big Steve. They're just not existent. There's no 10XL for Big Steve.
Can you even buy the merch?
No, I heard what he did was he bought 3 jerseys. He took them apart and stitched them together.
Say that again.
So I heard.
Why you wrapped it around?
Yeah. No, what happened was he bought 3 jerseys. He sort of unsewed them at the seam, and then he sort of sewed them all together to make one big jersey. So
Which one was it?
I think it was all 3 of them put together. To be honest. Yeah, that is cool.
Well, he sort of wrapped it around
He
himself.
did 3 jerseys to fit into 3 in 1.
That bastard needs a
Three-
freaking
three-
2 layers of shirt.
3 2XL jerseys as well.
KEF FC store for your KEF jerseys, or for you.
What have you bought off the store so far, Hadithis? You've bought the whole store, haven't you?
No, I bought 3. Obviously, we got the 2 jerseys.
Yep.
Bought the jumper, the trackies, the windbreaker.
Didn't you buy a goalkeeper kit as well? Just in case you play keeper one day?
Look, I bought that for my sister. Yeah, she wanted a pink kit. She liked it, so I think that we appeal to the
Feminine
girls.
side,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So and I also heard that there might be a few more additions to the store.
Like?
socks and shorts.
Socks
that's
are
it.
there.
That's all
Socks
I
are there.
Socks are there.
The
And shorts added.
the only thing we're waiting on, hopefully in the future, is the scarves.
Yeah.
Which we're looking
Scarf.
for. So hopefully they come on soon. But yeah,
That'd be good.
absolute chaos tonight.
I hope Dean's bought the whole store as well.
Really?
Can we see if Dina can wants to join and maybe say a few words?
I think all he's commented so far was justice for.
Well, all he's commenting is just, it's just all about himself, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we get him on to say a few words? See if he
I can try, but
send him the link on Instagram and get him on so he can see what.
Well, I don't
he
know
has
if
to
he's
say.
even in it, so
No, just send him like a personal DM.
That'll be massive.
But Peter, so big hearing you've been doing a few DMs recently.
I have. Nice. I've been messaging a few clubs to organise some friendlies for us.
Correct. That's exactly
any
what I was talking
developments on those things?
We haven't gotten any responses from what I've seen yet. So I don't know.
Is there
So
much
my-
hope? Would you say there's hope for them to go through?
I think we can organise something. I reached out to Monish's teams actually. So
My question is,
That's been a
so
long
you've
shot.
just revealed that you're doing some admin work. Who are the admins at KEF FC? Because I know for sure I'm not one. Who can you reveal who is the admins with you? Or
okay, well, obviously Roussos.
okay,
Who will be
Before we get on to that, so I should make a point about that guy. He was invited on this evening to join the
I was going to
podcast.
ask when he was joining.
No, well, he was invited on to join the podcast, and he refused and said he would
disgrace.
never
That's your
do.
brother-in-law, mate.
Yeah, that's right. He would never do
Don't
the
tell us.
No,
podcast.
I reckon.
He'd never do it.
He'd never do it. That's what he said to me.
What an absolute disgrace.
He's scared of getting
I
caught.
even threatened him with taking away his famous number 7.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that
to
could
be
have been
fair,
bargained
all-
over having Saggy back in the team for having the number 7.
Why do you say no though? Like,
Well, that's the question, isn't it? We have our theories. Liam and I, we've discussed this at length. Why he doesn't want to join, but
What do you think he didn't want to do?
look, I think this goes back to that one post-game interview.
Oh yeah.
what about 6 years ago?
No.
I know what you're talking about. Let's put it up right now.
It was
Can
a
you-
very,
can you
very
clip it
famous
and
interview
post it
where
during the
I
week
think,
as
I think Liam asked him if he'll become a full-time KEF player, and he was a bit hesitant, wasn't he?
Why do you think he was?
He looked nervous when he was talking.
Why do you? I have another question about that. Why was he given the admin? I don't know who runs it. Like, who's the main person that runs it. Why was he given the admin when he wasn't even, sure if he wants to be it?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. Well, Zagudas is the other admin, so I think Zagudas.
Was Zagudas the goat?
Yeah, so
Oh,
because Zagudas, I think he does get it, doesn't he? Zagudas.
it's a good.
Yeah. So there you go.
So far it's you,
obviously they come.
Sigurus, and Roussos.
Is it Katonis in there as well?
Okay.
Wasn't
Katonis is in
Jimmy
Katsanis is the manager. So.
Wasn't Jimmy an admin?
He is, but he doesn't do much. The lazy bastard.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're gonna have a look at the Roussos.
Has Maradas accepted to join in or no?
I haven't even seen. I'm waiting to hear.
Dean.
But
Justice for Dean.
should we play the video that Roussos, he's ashamed of for some reason. So it's over 2,000 views on the Insta page.
Dean.
There he is. Here's the man. Hopefully this
Can we
works.
get volume on that?
We'll see. I don't know if we can hear it. I don't know if we can hear it. Anyway, that's the video
That's a shame.
that Roussos didn't want us to.
Look at all those views, boys. Look at all those views.
That Perry video was a good one, actually.
That Kudafides one, big KEF supporter right there.
Huge KEF supporter, actually.
All right, I think.
See the chat.
This is, what,
See it on the podcast. See the chat.
you're done, but
We're all done.
I think, are we done?
we're done, mate.
No, keep going.
You have any like a major announcement? Like
No, just see the chat.
fantastic. Well, on that note,
Can you switch the camera to
I probably won't.
Probably about to
switch the camera to Jono and me?
You have the
On that note, lads, we're gonna wrap it up today. This has just been absolute chaos.
I've got one more statement for John.
James has a statement for Jono. Another one.
Tell your uncle anytime, any place.
What does that
It is on site. Tell him it's on site.
Hands.
Hands on site. If he wants to run on site, anything
I don't think it
on
wants to be
site,
right.
anytime.
Nah, I'll let him know.
Anything on site. It's hands on site.
That's it, bro. Nah, something you're playing.
Anyway, that's that. This has been absolute chaos today. We're still no clearer on Matthew Sagelis' contract status.
Fucking coaches walking
I'm,
out.
I'm, you know what, boys? This is like, I'm a bit drained from this.
Get it over. I think we need to
I think-
call it.
I do have to call it. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you're all subscribed to the channel. We'll be back again next week. Hopefully it's not as chaotic. There's some stuff going on behind the camera right now. KEF is... What are you doing, man? What are you doing? I need that.
Yeah, keep talking.
We're done. KEF, next... We'll see you next week. This is chaos. That was terrible.
Saggy rule.